But a diet is really only optimal if it is ecologically sustainable and ethically justifiable. We have got to, as human beings who are populating this planet at almost 8 billion people now, we have got to consider the consequences of our food choices beyond ourselves. There is no diet that any one individual human being can consume that will reduce our carbon footprint more or help us to preserve the planet more than a plant-based diet. And we know that. The United Nations Environmental Program, their expert panel concluded that 2 activities have a disproportionately large effect on the planet's life support systems. And they are animal agriculture, especially raising livestock for meat and dairy, and the use of fossil fuels. And the United Nations Environmental Program expert panel's recommendation, a global shift towards a plant-based diet. The National Academy of Sciences in 2016, the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences reported the following, that by 2050, greenhouse gas emissions would be reduced by 29% compared to doing what we're doing now, if everybody on the planet followed the global dietary guidelines to eat more fruits and vegetables, less meat, sugar, and calories. And 70% if everyone consumed a vegan diet. The author's recommendation, a global shift towards a plant-based diet. And of course, in order to be truly optimal, our diet has got to also be ethically justifiable. For people, you know, if everyone ate plant-based, the global calorie supply would increase by an estimated 50%. And according to this report in Scientific American, it could effectively wipe out hunger, and for animals. And you know, I mean, for people, we care deeply about the people that are starving to death. But if you take a look at what's going on with animals today, we are slaughtering 70 billion. That's almost 10 times the human population. We're slaughtering 70 billion sentient beings every year for food. And this is not including anything from the oceans. This is just land animals. The vast majority, probably close to 90%, are raised in CAFOs. CAFOs are concentrated animal feeding operations. And these, if you know nothing about CAFOs, just educate yourself. Because, you know, I don't think there's anything that we as human beings can do to justify what we're doing to these creatures. And you know, Dr. Albert Schweitzer gave us some food for thought when he said the following: "The time is coming when people will be amazed that the human race existed so long before it recognized that thoughtless injury to life is incompatible with real ethics. Ethics in its unqualified form is extended responsibility to everything that has life." And I guess we could simplify this by saying, why should we be contributing to pain, suffering, and death when it is completely unnecessary? Not only is it unnecessary, we're harming the earth and we're harming ourselves when we do so. We need to think about this. We have a choice. When we consider the consequences of our food choices, not just for ourselves, but beyond ourselves, a plant-based diet becomes an ecological and an ethical imperative. And as human beings on this planet, we have a responsibility to take action and to do what we can to change our trajectory. We are destroying the planet for future generations, and it has got to stop, and it's got to stop now. And I know sometimes it's scary, but it's a hell of a lot scarier to think about what we're facing if we don't stand up and be counted. And so I will say thank you very much for being here and for attending. And these are some of my books. And thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I will be here I leave on the 6th, and I'm very happy to meet you, to learn from you, to share with you. And so please don't hesitate to ask questions, or if you have information that might be of value, please share. Thank you.